in case you don't have a history book, encyclopedia, or Google. Like you may be like that guy who's like, I'm not buying a cell phone. Like, I know a few of you. You're just like, I'm gonna buck the system. Okay, bud. What happens? You're out there, ran out of gas. How'd you do without that cell phone? What'd you do? Jump on the hood of your car and yell? That was the old way. You're going old way. All right, look, that's you. Okay, but most people get a cell phone, doing a little Google. FutureMark'd. Anyway, just wanted to tell you a couple things. Yesterday we explored something and you needed to kind of get a little bit more of a global scope on what happened. When I say global, it's a pun. You see, back in the day, I was Markaelangelo. They changed my name. You know, somebody there hearing, like they're there taking down history, right? There's a guy who's like, okay, tell me what happened. Who was the one who traveled around the world? They're like, oh, Markaelangelo. They go, oh, Magellan. They wrote down Magellan. The guy said Markaelangelo. He just had a little bit of an accent. And they misheard him. History. For history, I've been known as Magellan. I can't stand that because I was really good at Markaelangelo. I did some great things. Travel the globe. I was doing a world tour. Way before LL Cool J. All right? And you changed my name to Magellan? I mean, how dare you do that? The other one that really bothered me, how could you call me Marco Polo? Oh, what are we doing? That wasn't it at all. I was Mark O'Polo. I was from Ireland. I was an Irish guy, came by pretending I was from Ireland. Mark O'Polo. And they're like, they should Marco? No, I wasn't Marco. Mark O'Polo. History changed forever. Oh yeah, Marco Polo did this. No, I did it. FutureMark'd Markaelangelo. And then also, again, just so you know, FutureMark'd. I went back. They're like, somebody's got to go over this. You fall off the edge when you go over there. It's a flat Earth. When you go over there to the edge, you fall over the edge. I showed up. I'm like, I got this, Queen Elizabeth. Give me the friggin' boat. I went on there, rocket boosters underneath. Shoo. I went right to the edge. They're like, oh my goodness, Markaelangelo. They called me Markaelangelo. Then, all of a sudden, time for history. Let me write down what's going on. Oh, so who was that guy who went around the globe? Markaelangelo. Oh, Magellan? Markaelangelo. That's a mistake that will never be rectified until 2214. In 2214, the truth comes out. Markaelangelo, because time travel becomes like the main mode of transportation for, people that are able to do it, that learn. There's a way. It's a method. Your mind has to be strong enough as well. But look, that's also there's a chosen group of people that are time travelers. And those people start to uncover the truth. They all go back as well. You'd be like, oh, really? Hold on, Genghis Khan? That was Gary. You don't know Gary? Gary, this guy, he's a terrible guy. This guy, Gary, played Genghis Khan. He went back in time. He's like, I'm young. They're like, oh, Genghis? He said Gary. I just can't figure it out, though. Like, I'm here, 2769, come back. I'm now here in the middle of the wilderness. This is the year 2517. And in this timeline, what's interesting about this timeline, first of all, hold on, yeah. What's interesting about this timeline is we have snow all the time, yeah. This is nuclear winter. So basically what happened is there was a nuclear war in 2517, and they had all this crazy. I'm safe though. You guys don't realize it. Right now, I'm sitting in front of a huge window. I'm in my apartment. I get an apartment here in 2517. And when I come back here, sometimes I sit here and I look at the death behind me. It's a sad day here, 2517. Because they did this, like, pow, nuclear winter. Like, oh, that's snow. No, that's ash. That's, radioactive ash that's falling down to the earth. Yeah. But I'm safe. I'm inside my enclosed space, my pod. I'm in a pod, really. but it's all glass on the back end. Like, I got neighbors on both sides. I don't want them looking into my pod. So I ordered the 180-degree panoramic pod, the one where you still have privacy on the periphery. But when you're dealing with the back, I got a full view. Like, even when I look up, I can see right up to the sky when there was a sky. Now it's just black darkness because of the nuclear winter thing. But look, that's what's going on here. That's why I come back here to remind you guys in 25 seconds that you're going to have an issue. You better get it together. I know, you're going to really fall asleep tonight and you're going to be freaked out, right? I don't know what to do. How am I going to handle that in 25 seconds? I know. Look, I talked to you about future events. Things that will immediately affect your 19th, offspring. Oh, what about my kids? You're good. I'm not getting into the next 2 years. I refuse to get into the next 2 years. It's not, interesting. Nobody cares to hear about the next 2 years. Oh, can you tell us about what's going to happen tomorrow? That's not interesting. I know you guys want to hear what happens in the year 2517. Oh, look, nuclear winter. So, look, I just want to say before we call it a day, Mark Apollo, also Marcus Aurelius, that was me too. People are like, Marcus Aurelius, he was the greatest. Excuse me, my name was Mark is Real Time Traveler, and they changed it to Mark is Aurelius. Instead of Mark is a Real Time Traveler, they got rid of the Time Traveler thing and put Aurelius. I don't even know what they did that for. Marcus Aurelius, Mark is a Real Time Traveler. So I was Marcus Aurelius as well. You guys, you have to understand, I fixed a lot of things in your timeline in the past. Save the day. Yeah. The biggest one, though, I'd have to say I'm pretty proud of is the time that I was Mark Jellin and I just took over. I did a world tour. LL Cool J style. Look, you don't want to get LL Cool J style? I said, we're going back to Cali. Oh, this is Cali, by the way. Yeah, this is Nuclear Winter, Cali. Going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. So you know the Nuclear Winter, Cali. That's the song in 2517. It's number 1 on the charts right now. I'm going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. I said, I'm going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. Heels were tall, bikini was small because of the radioactivity. She said she liked the ocean. We went to the beach and saw fish dead all over the place. She gave me a peach and broke out the suntan lotion, to which point we laughed because there's no sun anymore. Nuclear winter. So you could be there and do whatever. What is going on over there? At the end of it, you have to understand. Future Mark. You got future marked just now. Look, I'm going to just share one thing, maybe two, and then we're getting the hell out of here. So if you have any questions, did anybody know what's going on? Did you guys see the previews for that movie, Future War? Done. They consulted me. They consulted me on the film. They're like, can you tell us exactly what happens? I said, yeah, this, that, and another thing. And all of a sudden, I'm consulting. I got a consultancy fee. Future Mark. Even in the past, I find a way to just kind of do something pretty crazy and cool. The other one, I don't know if you realize, this is one that most people would be like, oh, really? Nobody understands this one. This one I'm really upset about. I was in Italy, okay? And these people continue to mess with my name. I'm there, hired. They're like, can you go up and paint it? Paint the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. I'm like, look, I'm working on this sculpture right now. Give me a few minutes. Couple days later, I get up there, build a couple scaffolds. I'm up there. I paint the Sistine Chapel. They're like, oh, this is the most beautiful thing ever. Oh, Markaelangelo, you're amazing. They changed the freaking thing to Michelangelo. I was Markaelangelo. Future Markaelangelo. I went back there, painted Sistine Chapel. I'm in there doing enough. I went and made the David. I made the David. Markaelangelo. And they're like, no, it's Michelangelo. I can't believe they stole that one from me too. Again, these Italians, the Italians are so, who was the one to do the Sistine Chapel? Oh, the Michelangelo. Oh, Michelangelo? She said Michelangelo. You didn't hear him? This language barrier thing. You're writing down history, right? You're going to share history. This guy's going to write it down, and you can't speak a little clearer? He's like, oh, who is it to do this, the beautiful artwork? Oh, the Michelangelo. Michelangelo? I've had it up to here. I've had it up to here. You're going to continue to take away all the feats, all my accomplishments. Mark is a real time traveler. Marcus Aurelius. Mark Apollo. Hey, oi, hi guys, look, I'm here. I'm going, good evening. I had a better Irish accent back then. Here down in whatever it was good at the time. I'm talking about thousands of years ago. You can't give me a hard time. It's been a while. Like, I skipped through time and this, I live in and actually, I mean, realistically, I guess if you think about it, when I was Marco Polo, like, I guess 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, because I'm all over the place. You're like, oh, that was 3,000. No, dude, I went back there 3 years ago, and I was Marco Polo back then. But people called me, again, Marco. No, I wasn't Marco. They were calling me Mark. And they asked me how about my family crest always. Oh, did you have, like, was it a Gaelic crest? Like, what was, and then now you call me Marco Polo? No, that I just can't figure out, you know? And then, of course, they're going to hit me in the gut and take it all away 2 times. Markaelangelo and Mark Jellin. I was there both times. Look, Future Mark, need you to go back, do the world tour. It's Mark Jellin. Don't forget, though, we need you to paint that Sistine Chapel. No one else is going to get it done. What do you expect? You're the only Michelangelo. There is no other Michelangelo. They're going to go and create someone named Michelangelo, but it's you. You got to go back there. I was Michelangelo 6 years ago. So, I mean, like, that wasn't that long ago either. You know, God, where is my brush? Oh, they show me in the chapel. I went in the chapel, I paint the freaking Sistine Chapel. I was killing it. And then they take away my name, take away my title, take away my accomplishments, and give it to a guy named Michelangelo? I don't understand this. My biggest one that I'm probably pissed off about above that one, though, is when I mean, seriously, you hear what we're writing. You hear what we're writing, right? And they come and take away some of my favorite pieces of all time. Mark's art? Yeah, I was Mark's art. They come and call me, what? Mozart? No. Hello, I was Mark's art. Yeah, I'm there. I'm I was Mark's art. And they are just like, we're going to change it to Amadeus Mozart. No, I was Amadeus Mozart. And they're going to come over and take it away from me? Future Mark's art. And then they just come back, they're like, you know what, let's just go with Mozart. I mean, I gotta admit, it sounds good, but you can't take away Mark's art. You can't say, you know what, we're gonna steal all of your work, Mark's art. We're giving it to Mozart. Hold on a minute. I did it. Number 5, minstrel on the, that was all me. You're gonna give it over to Mozart? We took it away from Mark's art, gave it to Mozart. I don't understand this anymore. What is going on here? Every time I do something, and it's just like, really, for the history books, let's change the name. I think it's because of the Future Mark thing. Like, you can't tie it all in. Like, if you know, imagine if throughout history they're like, it's Future Marco Polo, it's Future Marcus Aurelius. No, Marcus a real time traveler. You know, they took off the time traveler and put Aurelius or something, or Aris. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. Right? I mean, seriously, Mark Jellin, like, what are we doing here? Mark's art? It's definitely something we have to figure out, you know? Like, why are they doing this to me over and over? Stealing my history. Giving it away, really. They're giving away my history to everybody. Oh, let's give it to Mozart. Let's give it to Michelangelo. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Holy freaking cow. Mark's art? It's crazy the stuff that happens on this show, huh? Mark's art. I thought Mark Jellin was like awesome. Markaelangelo? That's even better than Mark's art. But now we have to find a Sistine Chapel so I can go in there as Markaelangelo. I bet that the Sistine Chapel is a beautiful work. Is Michelangelo. Michelangelo? No, not Michelangelo. Markaelangelo. How dare you take away my work? You're going to sign it as Michelangelo? No, no. Come on. Where's the original before you paint it over and put Michelangelo? Markaelangelo. It's on all of them. You got to scrape off that first layer because there's a layer on top of my layer. And you will see Markaelangelo on every single painting. Yeah. The sculptures they filled in, and then he scraped in Michelangelo afterwards. The thieving liar. Yeah. They were like, oh, we got to stick with the story now. They totally stole it from me. And now, yeah, there's no more Markaelangelo. Yeah, there's no more Mark's art. If you go look at the original music, you know, the tablature that I wrote, Amadeus Mark's art. I wrote it. It's all been changed. Last name's been whited out. There's a freaking whiteout. Nobody looks at me like, oh, the whiteout looks suspicious. They use some sort of, you know, 1700s, 1600s. And then they take that whiteout and they take up Mark's art and they write in Mozart. And everybody's fooled by this? What is going on? Are you guys really serious out there? You're fooled by that? Oh, it's Mozart. Look at the paper, okay? Two different colors. Well, Amadeus looks good. Why is this section over here like a different shade of white? And then all of a sudden you see Mozart over it. Scrape it off. Just grab yourself a little file. You know the file to open up mail? They used to use those before email. You have mail. You're like, open up there. You don't do that anymore, right?
I got it on my skip. Skip.
But that's what happened. Amadeus Mark's art. And they come and steal it and they do a little whiteout on my name. I don't even understand it now. And now I'm sitting here and I have to try to I'm going to court next week. I'm going to court against the Trademark Commission. I'm going in there against the copyright. This is infringement on my rights as the songwriter. Yeah, ASCAP. They're getting ASCAP'd. I called ASCAP. I'm like, look, this was my song. I wrote it in like hundreds of years ago. Oh, really? What was your name? Amadeus Mark's art. Wait, hold on a minute. You mean Amadeus Mozart? No, they stole it from me and they made it up and they gave it to that guy. Guy couldn't even see. He was blind. I wrote it all. Mark's art. And they're just going to pretend now. And don't even get me started about Markaelangelo. Don't give me the Sistine Chapel. I complete it. And then you change the name.
Yeah, Michelangelo did it.
Unbelievable. Markaelangelo. I think my chat stopped working over here. I'm looking out of here, see there. Wolfie, so just so Wolf Light understands, this is not snow, unfortunately. This is the kind of the after effects of the nuclear winter. Yeah, 2517. We're here. Nuclear war. This is modern day California. They didn't listen to me.
Oh, we can do it.
Everybody does it like the same way.
I found out about the future.
What did you do about it?
Nothing. I went and I just continued to do this. I thought I could beat this future.
What, you thought you could change the future? You thought you could do different than what happens in the future by doing something different now? Like you're like,
I'm gonna buck the system again.
You with the bucking the system. No, you did exactly what the future knew you were gonna do. So maybe what you should do is not do what your intuition tells you to do when you find out the future is a certain way, okay? And then maybe you'll change the future. But the future is based on you doing the things you normally do. So I hope that helps you. Anyway, I am going to call this a Future Mark episode. But this is another Like, what are we talking about here, right? I mean, like, seriously, Mark is a real time traveler. Marcus Aurelius. I can't believe all the people I've been in the past, and nobody freaking knew about it. You know? Like, that I don't understand. That I can't figure out, but maybe you guys can shed some light on it. Like, how they would do this to me. Take away all my accomplishments as a time traveler. I saved the world like many times, you know? And they're just like, we'll give it to Mozart. We'll give it to Michelangelo. It really is kind of messed up, right? I mean, seriously. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness, guys. Any questions that FutureMark can answer for you before he gets going? Oh, Amber, how are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, the notifications don't ever seem to work. I'm wondering if there is a question here that I can answer. I would say that this was a good just vamp today as FutureMark. And I would tell you one thing specifically. If you are here today, then you've done something right. So don't forget to show up again for the next Back to the Future Mark. I'm going back to 2769 away from this friggin' nuclear winter here. Like, I don't need to go outside of my pod. Like, the bear. You don't even want to see the bear out in California now because that's all that's out there is bear. And they're like spotted. It's weird. Like, the hair is coming all off because of the radioactive nuclear winter. But look, I'm just telling you one thing. Don't wake up in 24/17. You're gonna want to sleep through that one, okay? Or give me a ring before. And I'll let you stay at the pod. Okay? I got a 180. I got a 180 behind me. I got a 180 degree view. And you can see those bears, they lose their hair. It starts just like alopecia style, coming all over the place. But remember, this is a daily Futurecast. So, don't miss it on FutureMark. Also known as Mark Jellin, Mark's Art, Markaelangelo, Mark Opolo, and Marcus Aurelius, but really, Mark is a real time traveler, is what it was. They just, I don't even know how they got rid of the time traveler. It's weird. That one made no sense whatsoever. Boo! But anyway, I don't even want to tell you about any of the other people I've been in the past because you'll be like, that is too much for me. Your minds will be blown. Marxists? Don't even get me into Marxists. Like, that's the worst. You know, when I parted the sea, no. Marxists? Like, Moses? No. What? You gave it to Moses? We're not going there. No. Part of the Red Sea. 40 years. And then they're like, do you know what it was like going up to the top of Mount Sinai, getting those, dropping them the first time, and getting those again, and being like, look, you guys need to do this. Marxists. And then they're like, we're going to change it to Moses. You gave my 40 years of tribulation, parting the Red Seas, to Moses? It was Marxist. Marcus Aurelius. Mark is a real time traveler. I mean, you guys see what happens, right? Why they keep doing this to me? Like, when you create music, Amadeus Mark's art, ripping it away and giving it to Mozart. Mozart. I can't stand that guy. That guy had no talent. He was there. He couldn't even play chopsticks. He couldn't play chopsticks. Give it to Mozart. It was like build. They were like, oh, look, he can't see. Or he can't hear. What? He can't see or hear? How do you think that happened? Mark's art. Look, it's easy when you get the content from Mark's art and you just white out my name and throw Mozart on there. It looks close enough. Mark's art, Mozart. They just had to get rid of the ARK and put an O. It's what they did. So go and check. You got Google, most of you, except for that one guy, the one who's like, I'm gonna buck the system and not get a cell phone. You gotta get one and check that out. This is real stuff going on right now. love Mozart. Thank you very much. But it's Mark's art. Do you know how many times I have to thank people for playing my music? Oh, you're listening to another one of my symphonies. This is number 5. I don't know the names of my titles at this point, because I got very upset after they stole them from me. I decided not to ever listen to them again. Number 13. You don't ever want to do a number 13, and I did. And they stole it from me. Mark's art. They didn't have the Library of Congress back then, where I could be like, look, I am trademarking and copywriting number 13. Amadeus Mozart. They just gave it to Mozart after I went back in the future. I'm like, good, you guys are good, I'm out of here. Oh, where did Future Mark's art go? We got to figure this out. Let's just take all of his compositions, give them to Mozart. Yeah, but Mozart can't see or hear. It doesn't matter. Just put it in front of him. Just play the recording. Recording. They don't have recordings. Remember when Future Mark gave us the recording, the ability to throw in like an MP3 player in there into the piano, speakers in there. Just play it. Have Mozart sit there and just pretend he's playing. We took the hammers out. Remember, you can't even make any noise when he plays it. Just do that, and people will think it's really him playing. Mark's arted. You got Mark's arted. You thought that you were good to go. And then all of a sudden, you got Mark's arted. Oh no, look at how beautiful Mark's art plays, or Mozart plays. No, it was Mark's art who played it, and they played it back on repeat. Pushed a button. I gave him an MP3 player. Future Mark.
But it was the 16, 17.
I gave them the technology. I gave them like a bag of AAA batteries, and they were able to just do it. You know, oh, there's the performance tonight. Just make sure you set up the backup. I gave them 2, so when one goes down, they could just push play on the other. Look, you can't. I gotta blame myself in a way, you know, because I shouldn't have given them that MP3 player. If I did, they wouldn't have been ingenious enough to remember. They could say, look, we have the MP3 player. We got a guy who looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he can't see, he can't hear, and he likes to play the piano, has a tough time playing chopsticks. Take out the hammers. Dun, 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 dun. He's like, ah! You guys thought it was him. Amadeus. Mark's art. Don't give that away. Don't let anybody know. We're still keeping that secret though. Like, I'm only letting you know because we're here at Renaissance Man. This is a Future Mark episode. Just letting you know this is a Futurecast. I can't give you Futurecast and you go and blare it out to the world. Oh, Future Mark was actually. Don't let anybody know. Okay, this is just between you and me. Like, seriously, don't tell anybody. Tell it, Riffin. This isn't live, right? This is just a closed, captioned broadcast to just our subscribers and family members, right? I know that your parents are watching because they're hoping that you don't change the background again and that I throw something at you. But can you explain, like, how many people are watching this right now? There could be up to 5 million people? What does the could be mean? Oh, okay, so we're good. Yeah, Telefriffin was saying that it could be up to 5 million people if you were allowed to be seen by the world, but you're shadow banned. He says so there's probably like 4 people watching it. So we're good. Don't worry about it. Just keep it to yourself. Mark's art. Markaelangelo. You can't do better than that. I mean, what else could you do? What else? Anything? I don't think so. I think I've thought of it all. And if I think of anybody else, you better be sure I'll bring it to the freaking surface. Until next time, it's back to the Future Mark. By Menon. The old by Menon routine. And don't forget also that there's a new 5 more characters I think we have for the show. What are we doing over here? I can't believe I came up with Mark's art and came up with Markaelangelo. No, Mark Jellen's another one. We already had that one. Markaelangelo. That's a good one. Markaelangelo. Look, I'm going to be painting the Sistine. I'll get back to you. You got Markaelangelo'd. You didn't expect it. You're like, look, I'm good to go. I'm going to go to the Sistine. Sorry. You got Markaelangelo'd. I'm like, I can't. I'm in the middle painting the ceiling over there. The guy's touching the other... they're doing this. They were doing this. And you're like, can I go to the Sistine? I'm sorry. You got Markaelangelo. You got Markaelangelo. It's what to expect when I'm in the middle of painting a masterpiece on the ceiling of the Sistine. So just remember that Markaelangelo, Mark's art, creating amazing pieces. The Mozart guy couldn't see a thing. I don't know if he could talk, I forget. But he definitely didn't play Mark's arts, please. No, they were playing the MP3 versions. I gave him an old Walkman cassette player. And then they just recorded me on cassette and then played it back. That's what happened. I didn't want to give him MP3. I said, you know what? Let's just go with a Walkman. Oh my goodness, guys. So, don't forget, tomorrow, we do it all over again.